Hey guys, how you guys doing? You guys feeling good? You guys feeling great? You know, a lot of things that have been happening, and which is I usually like to talk about my breast, but now I feel like there's some question that triggered me. It says, okay, people are stripping feminine, whatever that is, but of black women, right? And that means black women aren't feminine enough to some type of a degree that they expect black women to be feminine enough. But for me, it's like, and the other guy who responded was like, black women are rough, black women are masculine, not just because he's racist, black women who they usually, meet that type. And I'm not gonna lie, let's be honest. There are times where we have to talk about and how we were raised. Instant for me, I'm not talking for everybody else. I'm talking for me on how I was raised. First, I grew up with all guys, which means I do not know on how to act according to how women act, and sometimes it's even harder for me to understand a woman, right? Because I grew up with certain gender, and that does not mean I am womanless. It just means that I know how to stand for myself, and if it means that I have to be fist fighting somebody, that will happen because I know how to stand my ground. That's it. The problem is, because I'm not talking for everybody, the problem is I was not raised to wait for somebody to protect me. I was raised to protect myself, right? And I was raised, if I meet a certain age, I will literally, get somebody who's more, who will be able to protect my family, which means if I birth kids and I'm married to this man, that means he's the protector. If let's say it's like the country, if you break that protecting vow, I have to go on a protecting mode as a mother. So that's how I was literally raised. And people turn to think that black women aren't feminine enough, and to me it's like, it's not that we aren't feminine enough, it's more like, if the man is not there, who's going to protect the family? So the woman has to do it, right? No kid is going to stand up in front of the mother and say, Mama will protect you just because I'm a boy. It does not work like that. I feel like it does not work like that in black communities, in black culture. Because the man protects the family. If the man fails to protect the family, or if the man is not around at that time to protect the family, the mother has to go on war mode to protect the family. So that's the reason you see our parents are more streeter and more, they softer on boys but harder on girls. That's how I would say it. And I would say, for me, I am not feminine. I can't be feminine. I was not raised to be feminine. I was raised to protect myself. And the reason I think of that is that, so I have a daughter and I am a mother. So I'm not gonna go into details because it's a painful thing that I will tell you what happened, why his father is not around. But either way, there was a time where I had to be on a protective mode. There was a pit bull, small pit bull. I think it was like small, around 4. Yes, there was a small pit bull, and a flea out out of his home, and it bit the children, and my baby was left alone outside there, and it was she was scared lying down, and I just came on a protective mode and I punched that shit out. And that time I was not thinking about my safety, I was thinking about her safety, so I had to face this motherfucking bull. And yeah, everybody was watching the pit bull. I was not wearing nothing at the and then it's like, it was these things that you put, I don't know what you call it, but it's like you wrap it around, it's like a skirt, and then it pulled that thing off, and I was left with a painting, and I was like, I'm gonna mess this pit bull up, because it's like, nobody can protect my baby unless I do it. So I'm not gonna let everybody try and ruin that. And I feel like when it comes to African women, African ladies, it depends on how you were raised. I was raised, if men are not there, life goes on. You are not gonna say here and not going to work just because you think it's not your work. You have to face the reality. Life goes on. That's how things work. That's like how things work in black culture, and that's literally and how I feel like most of us are not feminine enough to be appealing to other people, because we have that protection value that we were raised to create. So we are protective. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you subscribe, like, yeah.